Hi, I'm Kate. Welcome to Blooms in the Yard. Today I just have some updates on the side garden storm drain project and my shoulder and just a few other things I've been doing in the yard. I'm wearing my Star Wars hoodie that I got from my son when he put it in our garage sale. So super casual today. Here's the current state of this project. We never heard whether the project was approved for this year or not. We knew that the city council was voting on it in December, and then the next thing we know, the flags are in the yard. And so we're like, okay, what's going on? We called, and it was actually the electric company that ordered these flags. Since this is where the storm drain is going to be located, it goes from here all the way through the whole yard to the creek. They're going to have to move this electric box in order to do that work, at least temporarily. And so the electric company said it's going to take them 2 or 3 months at least to figure out what they're going to do about it. We actually have like all our utilities here, so the cable box is there, everything's going to be, who knows, but it's possible this electric box will get moved permanently, which would be good if it moves out of my yard. I'd be so happy. I hate this thing so much. But it's also possible it could just be moved somewhere else in my yard, which would just mean more digging. And so, we'll see what happens. Could be good, could be bad, but it looks like there will be digging before the actual storm drain project happens. And in the meantime, this is my beautiful garden for the week of Christmas. It really depresses me every time I come home. Here's the rest of the yard, because you know how those dig people are. I've told them like, hey, we're just getting this one stump ground, and they're like, we have to put up the flags everywhere. So this is what the garden looks like this week. Isn't it wonderful? How's that for some winter interest? So that's the storm drain project. Originally, she said if it was approved for this year, it would be scheduled for June. So most likely June, but looks like there will at least be some digging before that with the electric. So originally they didn't know if they would do it this year or in future years. So I'm kind of glad they're doing it this year. Like, get it done, rip off the Band-Aid, and just start fresh. Hopefully this side of the yard will not be dug up. It is possible that it will because of the electric and the other things now, but I'm hoping that this won't get too destroyed. I haven't been doing much gardening because of my shoulder, which I'll get to in a minute, but I did cover up that bear's breeches. I let it get some good freezes, kind of die back, and then I put the leaves there and put a cage on it just to keep the leaves in place. And so I really hope that that survives the winter. So I'm kind of glad that I have this driveway on the left, which will stop all of the construction from going any further to the left. They said that they're going to need 15 to 25 feet wide to dig this storm drain. So who knows how far they'll go into the neighbor's yard. So the house and driveway are kind of protecting the damage from doing too much in the front and in the side garden. However, in the back, I just have no idea how far over the damage will go. So I only listed plants for them to replace from here over. I'm pretty afraid that some of that will get damaged too. But yeah, here is the back area that will all be dug up. And it doesn't look like much right now. Like, if they were to come right now and give me a quote for replacing this stuff, I'm afraid that we wouldn't get the same quote we would get if they had come in summer or something. But then, see, I didn't write down any of these plants, and I don't know, here we only have maybe 6 feet. So I'm afraid that this stuff will get damaged as well. My husband and I have been wanting a hot tub. I kind of go back and forth on the hot tub thing because we have snakes in our creek, and I'm afraid that the heat will like attract them. I had somebody tell me that like when they opened the inner workings of their hot tub that there were dead snakes in there. So that kind of creeps me out. But we're just thinking it would be something kind of nice in the winter to come back here, kind of by this back door, and just be able to get straight into a hot tub right here. That would involve making like a concrete pad or something and getting the hot tub back here, which I think while the fence is down and while the arbor is down, that would be the time to get a hot tub back here and to get the equipment to make some sort of pad here. So possibly that will be a part of when we redo this area. Since this arbor, you can kind of see if you look at the right angle that the wisteria is pulling it over. So questions to think about: will I be putting wisteria here again? I love the wisteria. It blooms every year. It's like a great plant. The only reason that I would replace it is because it's pulling the arbor down, and also people say it's invasive. And I do see roots popping up over here and over there, but they haven't, I see them when I'm digging. I haven't seen them like coming up and starting new plants. So maybe that would be something that would happen more in the future. I don't know. Anyway, long story short, I definitely, when this arbor goes during the construction, I want to build my own, and I want to do something like super fancy and crazy. So that's kind of a fun project to look forward to. It will definitely be out of wood because that's just all I know how to do. My friend was like, you need to learn to weld. And I was like, yeah, that would be super fun. But for now, I just know how to work with wood a little bit. When my neighbor was talking to me about this project, he's kind of under the impression that maybe the fence is not on the border, but that maybe it's more in his property than mine. Like kind of trying to warn me that I might be losing more of my yard. I find that hard to believe just because, I mean, that's all we have now. I don't know. Like how much more can we lose? You know what I mean? Like I have maybe 8 feet at most, 6 to 8 feet there. So I don't know how much more we could lose, but I guess it's possible that I'm taking more than my fair share. I don't know. When I moved in, the neighbor, it used to be a different person living in that house next door. She always claimed that this was her tree, that this red bud was her tree, that it was on her property. When the next people moved in, they built this fence, and thankfully they put it at an angle so that they didn't have to dig up the tree, and so that we can still see the waterfall. So when this whole drainage project happens, this tree will be gone. And if they replace the fence, it's possible that it would go to about here, I think. And we wouldn't even be able to see the waterfall very well anymore. So lots of possible bad things happening, but all we can do is pray. Hopefully, at least maybe that electric box will be gone. I'm trying to look for positives here. So those are some of the things I'm thinking about. I'm actually starting a list of like plants I've wanted to grow that, you know, maybe I can now grow them somewhere in the side garden. Examples would be like a Doublefile Viburnum is something I've wanted to grow. Let's see, trying to think what else. The Abelia's doing well so far. Those are a zone 6, so I feel like those are maybe kind of marginal here. And any broadleaf evergreens other than boxwoods are pretty hard to grow here. So if this is a success, then that would be a really valuable thing to learn and really exciting. These are doing pretty well. The arborvitaes, possibly if these keep doing well, these might replace the arborvitae hedge. Maybe I won't have to buy them and I can just use these. We'll see. We've had several freezes, and this is the Little Henry Itea. Still looking good. It is warmer this last week, but we've had plenty of days in the 20s. Let's see how the witch hazel's doing. So the update on my shoulder is, so it happened in September, it's now December. It's been 3 months. My doctor told me it was a rotator cuff tear. I got an MRI and they said it's not a rotator cuff tear, it is tendinitis. So it is still bothering me. I really haven't done any heavy gardening except for the roots garden in that video. I didn't know that it was as badly hurt as it was, so I did a lot of heavy lifting, but that was in September. I haven't done anything big like that since then, and it is still bothering me, unfortunately. It hurts to put on my coat, so I don't know what next spring will look like. I did a lot less fall gardening this year than I normally would have, but luckily I did get my bulbs in the ground. My plan is to let it rest for another 3 months, and then in March, just hope that I can garden. Especially because I have so much to dig up. I mean, all of these plants in the side garden are going to need to be dug up by me. I mean, hopefully I can ask some people to help, but a lot of it will be me. So I'm just hoping for the best as far as all that goes. But yeah, it is not a rotator cuff tear as my doctor thought. It's just tendinitis and sadly arthritis. So, but it wasn't never bothering me before, so hopefully it will get back to 100% because I am not willing to stop gardening. I will just do it in pain, honestly. So that's what's up with the shoulder, as well as digging up all of these plants, which I intend to do. The only thing I probably won't mess with is the arborvitaes. I just really don't think that those would survive. They have shallow root systems. With this project happening in June, I don't think there's any way they would survive. And even planting new arborvitaes, I will definitely wait until the fall. So there's that. But other than the plants, I actually think that the dirt is valuable because I've been adding in compost and mulch and shredded leaves for several years, and when I dig in this, it's great dirt. So I'm really sad to lose that dirt. If my shoulder is doing well, I'll probably do something crazy like try to save a pile of good dirt somewhere. But if it's not doing well, I probably won't be able to mess with that. I think one of the things I'm the most sad about is just how this dirt is going to be, because it's all going to be turned over and I'm going to have like really far down subsoil up on the top, and it's going to be terrible. So not looking forward to the dirt situation. And even if I save like a good pile of it somewhere, I still probably will need to buy quite a bit of compost to get started again. So those are the updates on my garden and my shoulder, and things will look up in spring. I know that they will. We'll see what happens in March if this electric company starts digging up my yard. I don't know. I'll just be glad when it's all over and I can start fresh. I know that it will be fun to redesign it all, but I just think it's going to be rough in the meantime. Hopefully it'll be fun for you guys since you don't have to deal with your own yard being destroyed. Hopefully it will be fun for you to kind of watch the process and what happens here as we redo everything. What I'm super curious about is, they claim they're going to either replace everything or give me the money. And so I'm very curious what that number will be. If it's really low, like low enough that I know I can't replace these things, then I might say, okay, go ahead and replace it and see what happens. I would rather do it myself. I'd rather do it my way and make sure that it has good dirt and all of that stuff. But so I don't know. I don't know what will happen with that. I'm probably enough of a control freak that no matter how low the bid is, I probably won't let them do it. I will be showing everything that happens with this side yard and the new design sometime. I don't know if I can sit down this winter and make like a solid design for this area and then follow it. I've never really been able to do that. Like I can make designs for other people's yards, but when I actually start installing things in this area, like I said, I won't be able to plant the arborvitaes this summer. So I know how I am. I will be too anxious to wait till fall, and I'll go buy a bunch of stuff that I can plant in the summer. And then when it's time to do the arborvitaes in the fall, they'll end up being planted between the things that I planted in the summer instead of like well planned where they should. That's just my style. Like I just cannot make a plan for my garden and follow it. I would love to believe that I could, but I'm realistic enough to know that I can't. So it'll be really interesting to see how this garden plays out. There are certain plants that I know like I have to have again, like my Alice oak leaf, I cannot live without. So 100% the Alice oak leaf will be back. Otherwise, honestly, I don't know. This could go any which way direction. So if you like a surprise, then follow me and see what happens this next summer and fall. Thanks for watching. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day.